Good morning. It's a beautiful day here in Langley. My name is Carrie.
I'm Jeannine.
And we are the Idea Ladies from the Passionate Home in Langley. Good morning. Candace is here behind the camera. If you were there, please say good morning. And as always, if you have any questions, you can type them in there and Candace will holler them out to us because we are going to cover a question today that is asked, would you say daily, weekly?
Yeah, daily, I think.
A daily
People
question.
love this look.
So what we're going to do today for the next 20 minutes is, why are you smiling, Candace?
Well, Krista and Tina are both on and say good morning.
Good morning, thank you. We are going to cover how to create a restoration hardware finish using Annie Sloan chalk paint and her waxes. There's lots of different ways to get that look. What would you say is the look? Like what is, if somebody had to say what is a restoration hardware look, what would you say?
I would say it's a really neutral, beautiful kind of beach weathered wood look. A little more sophisticated, goes beautifully with all the, you know, natural kind of neutral colors.
When I walk through there, that's everything is though, you know, it's like walking into a different land. Everything's neutral and linens and that sort of thing. And when people come into us and say, can I, you know, I want to recreate that look, there are a few different ways you can go, right? It's like some of them are like more whites and more blacks. And, so today, Jeannine, the lovely Jeannine, has provided some samples and she's going to demo them. So I'm just going to let you take it away.
Okay.
Good morning from Mark.
Oh, good morning.
Teresa and Cheryl and Susan.
Yay!
Sorry, I'm coming down.
Okay, I had so much fun making these samples. So I found, like, because you can Google this as well, but you know, now we've provided everything here for you. That the main colors you're going to use are French linen, old white, cocoa, and Paris gray. So these are the samples. This one I first painted with cocoa. So I did cocoa and then I created a wash. This taped H here has no wax on it, so you can kind of see the wash.
Can you see it okay, everyone? And
oh yeah, I don't know where to put it. So the wash I created for this one over the cocoa was a mix of 50-50 old white and Paris gray. So then you wash it on. So you add water to that as well. Stir it really well, add some water. And I washed it on, I covered my cocoa completely and then wiped it back with a wet rag.
Okay, so cocoa is this brown kind of color. So did you do one coat or two coats?
I did 2 coats, yeah.
So 2 coats, you got a solid, blocked out the wood.
Blocked out finish.
And then a wash is what?
So
when you mix?
Yeah, I mixed 50-50 old white and Paris gray and added some water. So I'll show you how to do that later on the sample.
Okay.
And then I played with all the different color waxes. So this was the white wax on top of my washed finish. This is the clear wax on top of the wash finish. Clear and black wax, and then clear and brown wax. So
oh my gosh.
You can get so many different
This is
looks.
like the entire collection of restoration hardware right here.
Yeah, I tried a whole bunch of different color bases, so I'll show you all those. But I am in love, right? That's
Does this have? This has grain, right?
It does.
So every wood is different. Some of it's really smooth. Some of it has grain.
Yeah, like this
oh
back
my
here.
gosh.
Look how much texture is on the back side. I mean, I did choose the side that had a little bit less texture, but it's got a lot of grain.
So could you get that same look if it didn't have grain?
Yeah, I think you could work for it a little bit more, but I've got a piece of hardwood here that I brought in, and it has less grain. It does have some grain, right? It's hardwood, but it was a pretty smooth finish. So this one I first did with the French linen. So it was this color. Then I made a wash of cocoa and old white. So mixed 50-50 and added the water and washed that on. But you can definitely see, like this part, the center strip has no wax on it. You can see the wash is not quite as noticeable as on some of these other pieces, right? And then I did the clear and dark wax and the white wax. And I still love this. You can see it just kind of sits in whatever grain was there. And I mean, most pieces have a little bit of grain.
So the more grainy it would be, the more you would see the wax or wash sitting in those grooves. Thank you.
Yeah.
That technical word.
Okay. So, and then my third one, because I wanted to try it with white, you know. So I did the whole board with 2 coats of old white. And then this one I made the wash with, I think it was cocoa and old white. Yeah. So I made my wash of cocoa and old white. So again, that H has no wax on it. So you can kind of see how it looked before wax. And then this part here is with the white wax over top. Clear wax, which is beautiful too, right? Clear and brown wax and clear and black wax.
What color, sorry, what was this? Like, why does this look so gray? Is there gray in it?
It's the white wax, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's just kind of more opaque, so it makes it look a little more gray.
So what can we show, like what would be the difference? So this and this would be comparable, but with a different background color?
Yeah,
is that right?
Exactly. So this one started old white and this one started French linen. Wow. But honestly, like in the end, they all kind of end up similar. Similar, I'm using the same colors and all.
Because people often ask, well, what color do I start with? And then what's my wash color? And I'm like, oh, there's so many different ways to go, and it's so slightly different.
Slightly
right?
different.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was really excited to try the cocoa, and still my favorite.
I know.
That is really beautiful.
Yeah, I just
because often people would go to French linen first,
right?
So
and that's what I did.
Gray.
I did paint the French linen first, and I was like, okay, that's gonna get me there. But then I love this, so I think that one is the closest to my favorite finish from Restoration Hardware.
What do you guys think? Has anybody tried to create this look? Been successful? Have you tried any other colors that we're not showing here today? I know I did read somebody tried putting a wash of graphite in. Yeah. Which you could do as well if you wanted the look, or you could do it with the black wax. So it's kind of like 2 steps in one, right?
Well, I was at home looking at things with a different eye yesterday, and I have this horse head. That was probably graphite to start, and then it's just got the little bits of the cocoa sitting in the grooves, and I'm like, okay, I want to do that finish. Like, this was really inspiring. I'm gonna paint a piece in something.
Nice.
So
Kelly J.
Hi.
Good morning.
Udo, Brian, Wendy.
Oh, good morning, everyone.
Is it Brian Balmer?
Yeah. I've done a wash of duck egg on white, and it was beautiful, very subtle.
Oh, see, you could get that Restoration Hardware look with a color as well. It's like it's just a wash, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So when people come in and ask, you know, how do I recreate Restoration Hardware? You have to know, we try to ask you questions so that we understand what it is you're seeing, because all these are slightly different and we want to direct you in the right way, but definitely these are your core colors, right?
For sure. Yeah, even Restoration Hardware, remember they had silver sage, like it was like that, kind of like duck egg finish color.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Silver sage is a wall color, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a wall color, but they also had like linen drapes and everything in that color, the bedding.
I see.
Kind of accent with that.
Yeah. So will you demo a wash for everyone so they can see how easy it is? So, look at this.
I know, that was pretty on its own.
Just beautiful.
Isn't this beautiful? We're like, woo! My husband would be like, that's garbage. No.
I know.
Okay.
So I did the 2 coats of French linen yesterday.
I'll move this out of the way.
And then on this one, because I didn't, you know, on my other one I did a cocoa and old whitewash. I'm going to do a Paris gray and old whitewash on this one. So I'm just added about 50-50 of each color in here. And then I'm going to just add some water. I'm not really too worried about it, but look at, that's probably, I guess, you know, they're all in thirds. I think that's about a third water again. And then I'm
what color's in there, sorry?
Paris gray and old white.
Yeah, Paris gray.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna stir it up.
If you're really concerned about color and everyone sees color differently, you could come and get the sample pots of each of these colors and do what Jeannine's doing on a piece of board at home, and then try different variations and see how it looks in your light, because light has something to do with it as well.
Right, for sure. Like, oh gosh, I can't believe how different the colors look at my house.
But let's say
all my colors, I love these. I know, me too.
Yeah.
But you could layer, like if you did a wash of Paris gray, let's say, and you step back and you go, oh, it's maybe too gray, you could do a wash of French linen over it, or cocoa.
Totally.
Yeah, over top of it, once it's dry.
Okay, so you can see this is really runny, but it's definitely like a lightened Paris gray. Yeah. So I covered this board completely with my wash.
Because there's different ways to do washes too, right?
Yeah, I mean, I could just kind of, well, I've got too much water in here now, but you could just try to like do something like that so you could still see both colors through. But for whatever reason, I like to cover things and then remove it all. So I covered the whole thing, just got it really into the wood grain that my board has. So now, see, I can't see any French linen, but it's very wet. And then I took just an old piece of cotton, this is damp, and then I started wiping it away until I liked what I saw. Oh my gosh. So it's kind of a little
Look
messy.
at how it's showing all the grain.
Right?
Oh my God.
Oh, I forgot to leave a spot. I was going to leave some to wax.
Oh, we
but
were,
anyway. So look how beautiful that is already just on its own. Like, just clear wax that, right? Like, oh my goodness. So again, another look, right? And then once you hit it with all the different waxes,
it does. It changes up a little bit, right?
Gorgeous.
So with this paint, there's nothing you can do wrong because you could layer it, you can change the wax color, and we always tell people to remember that wax will change it. So don't have somebody come in and judge it and go, oh, that's too. Try waxing a little section first to see what will happen.
Oh, I just want to
what do you guys think? So
it's
it's really that easy to create. And if your piece, like let's say you're doing a dresser, maybe it's already white.
Yeah.
Right? You could just create a wash of one of these colors and do that sort of thing and then seal it. And then you get this kind of look. So now your dresser is all restoration hardware look and you love it. The second step to creating the restoration hardware look is to dress it the way they dress it, right? So when you go there, this is what I was thinking this morning. I'm like, what do you see when you go to restoration hardware? You see
lots of silver,
lots of candelabras and that sort of thing. You see old books facing this way. Yes, Mike, if you're watching, they're facing the wrong way.
My book.
Right? I mean, all this sort of thing. And then you see a lot of, what do they call deconstructed furniture? Right? Burlap in the backs of their chairs or in art. There are a lot of framed burlap and that sort of thing. And all these things you can get here, but it's creating the whole look, right? Yeah. The paint, the decor. Am I missing anything?
No, like we just collect these things, so you just have to come right here.
And then maybe a little plant.
Yeah, some greenery.
Some greenery. You'd want to make sure every room should have a little bit of green.
Oh,
any questions, Candace?
No questions. I think people are just loving it.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Well, it is expensive. It looks expensive. It looks amazing, but it's really that simple to create. So, yeah.
I think you're going to see a few more of these finishes here in the shop.
I think so.
I know, right?
We're all inspired to just go home and start painting again.
Let's see how yours is dried there.
Yeah.
Is it changing as it's drying?
I think it is getting a little bit darker. The French linen's showing through more. So pretty.
And if you were to put white wax on top of that again, it would be beautiful.
Yeah, so pretty.
So beautiful.
And I just love, like, I think when I think restoration hardware, I do think of all that white sitting in the...
Yeah, I think that's the first thing I think of too, is the white sitting inside.
Yeah.
And you could just keep wiping that off until you got the look that you wanted. And then seal it with the wax.
So Teresa says, could you do a wash over black?
Oh,
of course.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know, I wish I had done that sample after seeing my little horse head last week. Yeah.
So try it. If you've never tried a wash, maybe you already have some chalk paint at home, add a little bit of water and put it on top of a surface and see just how easy it is. And the damp rag really is the key, right? Yeah.
And it really takes hardly any paint to do your wash, right? So scrape out the bottom of your can, add some water.
It's like a tablespoon of paint.
Seriously, it's nothing. Yeah.
So hopefully that helps you out and answers any of those questions. Why are you laughing all the time?
No, I just love seeing hearts and
that's awesome. Yeah. So hopefully that will help you get your restoration hardware look at home on a budget, and encourage you to come in and try the products and make sure that you're dressing it appropriately as well to get that full look. And next week, what are we going to do?
Let's talk about some more painted items. So let's paint some brick and tiles.
Yeah.
Did you know that you could do that? So I've painted quite a few fireplaces. Some were tile, some were brick, some were rock. You can do all kinds of things.
Lots of people are at home, and this beautiful day, the sun is shining, and we're all looking at our home and going, how could I just, kick it up a notch?
Totally.
And painting brick and painting the tile around your fireplace has been, I love it when people come in and they're like, what?
I know.
Honey, we could do this. And we're like, yeah. So next week, we're here every Friday at 9:30 sharing ideas with you. We are going to demo how to paint brick and tile and hopefully, share those ideas with you. How's that sound?
I'm excited.
Good?
I'm excited every week.
Says you girls are my soul sisters. LOL.
Oh, good.
Teresa.
Well, thanks so much for joining us today. It's a beautiful day. We are open here from Tuesday to Saturday. We have all the colors in stock. And we would love to see you. So stay safe and we will see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.